Morning, friends. I'm Reverend Karla Lightner, the Associate Minister at Unity San Diego. It's a beautiful day here, March 13th, 2021, in San Diego. Hoping you're having a beautiful, wonderful day wherever you are. Today, we're talking about empathy. The daily word for today is empathy. And the affirmation is empathy opens my eyes and softens my heart. Empathy opens my eyes and softens my heart. I'm here in my little prayer area of my room, and this nice, quiet little area, which is such a refuge for me, just as meditation can be a refuge in a safe zone for all of us. It's a sacred space that we take each and every day, a sacred space to be able to just be calm, and go within. The subject of empathy is very, very important all the time, but especially these days. And usually, what I do is I pull a daily word from today, and then I pull one from back farther, maybe 1932, 1956, just kind of to get let's see how this has evolved. But what I found was an article by Dr. Judith Orloff, who's an MD, who's also an empath. She wrote the book, The Empath Survival Guide, that was published in Unity, in the Daily Word in 2018 in September. She talked about the power and the importance of empathy. That empathy is the ability to put ourselves in someone else's shoes, even if we don't agree with their viewpoint. And that it lifts us to this higher level where we are looking beyond and we're seeing with loving through the eyes of our heart. Just as our affirmation today in today's daily word, empathy opens my eyes and softens my heart. It lifts us to such a higher perspective. And I'm sure you would agree, especially nowadays, this is where we need to be. We need to be able to feel, understand how someone's feeling. We might not be able to feel them. We might not be in their shoes and feel exactly what they're feeling, but just to be able to look at similarities. She says in her article, empathy allows us to see the similarities in humanness in others rather than letting differences divide us. And when I hear that sentence, and when I think about that and take that deeply within, focus on the similarities, not on the differences. This reminds me so much of what my work is to do and how I can make a difference by looking at the best, by focusing on the good. And isn't that what we teach in Unity? The universe brings to us that which we focus upon. If we focus on differences, we will continue to see differences. We will see separation and we will see lack. And that's the small me, that's the human me. But if I want to get to the large me, to the big me, who I really truly am, I need to focus on similarities. I need to focus on positivity. And we all do. And that's why we're here today to talk about empathy. It is so, so important. Daily Word today talks about practicing empathy helps us to expand our awareness and our perspective. This is when I place myself in the shoes of another and strive to just comprehend the world like they do. Just my desire, just our desire to comprehend, our willingness and our openness to try to put ourselves in the other's shoes. That's compassion. We show compassion through our desire to understand. And that with empathy helps us to become deeper listeners and helps us to try to see the world through other people's eyes. Now, we can't be them, we can't feel them, but we can open ourselves up to include them and to appreciate how other people view things. You know, we say in Unity that we accept anyone exactly where they are. We accept everyone exactly where they are on their spiritual path. Sometimes that's not always easy to do because we would like people to be on our spiritual path or have our same beliefs or, how could they believe that? They're on, they come to Unity or they're spiritual. but we're all on our spiritual path, and each of our paths are different. And so, lessons and things I might need to learn in this spiritual experience may not be the same as you. And so, we're going about learning things in a different way. But when we're centered in empathy, then we realize that we're all children of God and that we're all divine and that we're all here with our own individual purpose. I think when we forget about empathy and we forget about compassion, that we move the God of our understanding out of the equation. And I think that's where the issues start, is that we forget. We forget that we each have a God of our understanding. We each have a personal relationship with the God of our understanding. We have that personal relationship when we go into the silence and we listen to that small voice. Now, when I go into the silence and I listen to that small voice, I'm listening what's being said to me. I'm listening for my personal message so that I can express and allow the God of my understanding to express in, as, and through me in my own unique individual way. So if my husband and I are meditating together, or my daughter, we're all meditating together, we may be doing a group meditation, but our individual messages would not be equally the same. So he would not express the same way as me. My 8-year-old would not express the same way as me. And we may get different messages, but we can be sure that they are positivity and love, because isn't that what God is? Love. And so, therefore, created in the image of God, we are loving. When we stay centered in that awareness of empathy, instead and centered in that awareness that we are divine, each and every one of us have our own personal relationship. Each and every one of us are divine. Each and every one of us are equal in the eyes of God. We are just in different places. It opens our understanding and allows us to show compassion and to be able to choose empathy over anger, over fear, and it helps us to choose love. And so, as we take this time today to become centered and aware, let's take a moment and let's just focus on empathy. Keeps me centered in awareness that all people are divine. All of us are divine. And also, let's take a moment to have some empathy for ourselves. It's much easier to be empathetic to someone else than we are ourselves. But it all starts within. Each and every one of us, I need to begin with me. You need to begin with you. And so, what better person to practice empathy on than ourselves? Let's take a moment just so we can wiggle out and breathe. Take a moment to take a breath in. Let it go. Breath in. And let that breath go. Invite your friends to close your eyes if you feel moved to. Certainly don't have to, but just get comfortable. Get comfortable, knowing that whenever we meditate, we are in a sacred space, no matter where we are. Just relax and set aside anything you're holding in your laps, in your consciousness, in your hands. Take away that to-do list for today, that fun list for this beautiful Saturday. Take that away. Just set it aside for a moment. Take some time to love yourself. I love me. I am empathetic and compassionate to myself. Take a moment to just hug yourself for a moment. Hug yourself. Because we are all here and we are all working on the same thing. which is to have a relationship with the God of our understanding, to become centered, to become more loving, to become more fulfilled, to be able to be compassionate and show empathy, and to take all our peaceful practices and in our own individual way become the change that we choose to see in the world, to be that change. But it begins with each and every one of us. So as we take this time in meditation, this time to become grounded and to listen to that still small voice within us, I invite you to focus on this affirmation, empathy. So it opens my eyes and softens my heart. Empathy opens my eyes and softens my heart. Empathy opens my eyes and softens my heart in the silence. I am divine. I am a divine expression of the God, my understanding. I am empathetic. I open the eyes of my heart. I open my eyes of my heart, allows me to soften my heart. And as I open the eyes of my heart and look beyond what my humanness can see, I look for the divinity, for the blessing in each and every person. I look for the blessing in each and every situation. And I focus my attention on similarities, not differences. I focus on knowing, that inner knowing that we are all divine. We're all divine sons and daughters and children of God. And no matter where we are on our spiritual path, we are here. We are here to learn, to become positive, to express the God of our understanding in through each and every one of us in our unique ways. We are so thankful that we have this time to go into the silence, to listen, to hear, to become centered and grounded, and to love ourselves and show compassion and empathy to ourselves. We say thank you, God, for showing us a higher vision, a higher perspective, and a deeper way to love. And so it is. Amen. Let's take another breath. Open your eyes, wiggle out of it. Open your eyes as you feel ready. I love that at any time we can go into this space with a simple breath. We can calm, we can come, we can go within. And I invite you, friends, to always choose love, always choose empathy. Take that time to look for the positive, look for the blessing. Because no matter how things look, there is always a blessing in each and every situation. We just need to expand our awareness, look beyond, go above the line, above that line of humanity, go above into our divinity, always knowing that we are spiritual beings having this human experience. And when we remember that, look deeper, we will always see love. Thank you so much for joining me, friends. Have a wonderful, beautiful Saturday. Namaste. Bye bye.